Somebody named themselves Jordy's curved thumb. Stupid.
Experience BPD things almost daily.
Shut up about BPD. Shut up.
Come on, like the stream for my curved thumb.
Hello, guys. Amber is so stupid. Like, I know we've said that for years, but there's levels to stupidity. And she's almost maxed out. She's not quite there. She has some time to go before she's truly maxed out. But it's just like, girl, do you even think? Like, as frustrating as last night's members only live stream was, it was entertaining. It was a gift to us. Because, me, I'm going to play it for y'all up here after watching it with my Discord last night. It's just like, do you think last night Amberlynn wanted to be a victim so bad she claimed she felt sexually harassed by Mr. Snowflake?
What?
Not only that, but she feels so unsafe that she would be terrified to be alone with him or in a room with him or near him. I'm paraphrasing, and I don't have it here because it's a topic I know I'm not going to touch, including everything surrounding her issues with Mr. Snowflake. I'm not touching that. If you've been watching me for a while, when it comes to child SA, that is something that fucks with me because that's my past. I'm not touching that. I'm not about to sit here and question that. When it comes to her childhood, I don't touch that. So if anybody was looking for me to speak on that, not touching that. But when it comes to she feels sexually harassed and unsafe by Mr. Snowflake, I was in shock. I was just like, where is this going? There's no way you want to be a victim this bad.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
All Amber did with that Mr. Snowflake thing was further discredit her Rain and Petals eavesdrops lies about Casey with the way she throws essay lies around. That shit threw me off. And I'm happy somebody else said it because that's what I thought about. I was just like, but for those who don't know, I don't like to touch Rain and Petals eavesdrop. But when she did that, I'm just like, did you just throw that out there like that? Are you dumb?
Yeah.
And she is. That's the problem. She's dumb as fuck. And the claims that Amber made about Beck's fiance, that's how you know Amber's never been touched. Because I just believe when people run their mouth like this, it's one of two things. You need to know how to fight, or you've never been touched, so you don't know the consequences to running your mouth like this. Now you're bringing up Beck's fiance when Amber was just saying, people shouldn't bring private stuff to the internet, especially when they're not public figures. That's what Amber just tried to do with these alleged claims about Beck's fiance being controlling. The gall, the nerve of this dirty, filthy big back to call somebody else controlling. The projection is crazy to me. I'm on 10. I need to bring it down to a 7. I'm back. Beck put up this community post. It's been about maybe 2 hours now because I took the screenshot, I want to say about an hour ago. Beck wrote on their community tab post a very, very clear, straight to the point, mature, well thought out response to Amberlynn. It goes as follows. Amberlynn came on her live stream last night and said some disgusting things about my current partner, who is not a public figure and who she has never met and does not know. Nothing she said had anything to do with the things I've called her out for in my videos. She thinks she can drive a wedge between myself and my loved ones and even my own family, but it won't work. I won't make a video about this because it was nothing but a woman spiraling and blindly throwing punches in every direction. Amberlynn, whoever told you these things is no friend of mine, clearly, even if they used to be. The only person's opinion of my partner that matters is mine, and she has never controlled, forced, or even asked me to do anything that I have or have not done for my relationship, my life, or my personal healing and growth. She supports me coming out about my experience because she is a supportive partner. I don't have to tell you that. I don't have to tell you that it's wrong to publicly make statements about someone who is not a public figure and has nothing to do with what I've come out and said about you. I hope you do take some time off to reflect on your recent behavior. I hope you take enough steps back to see that I never had to say any of what I said in my videos. If you want me to stop speaking on you, if you want your audience to form better opinions of you, there are easier solutions. Take accountability without simultaneously talking negatively about the people you are apologizing to. It's not hard. Instead, you once again, I read that wrong, but that's not the point. You get the point. Instead, you once again threatened me in an attempt to get me to stop talking. What you did last night and in your public live stream was vile. And things I said in my video were only a response to that. The more you try to pick fights and hurt me instead of actually listening, actually apologizing, actually working to correct these things, the deeper you dig yourself into this hole you are spiraling yourself right into. Because one thing Beck gonna do is clear the fuck out of Amber. Cleared that bitch in one community tab post. Beck cleared Amber in a singular community tab post over a 3-hour crash out. Yeah, Amber, take that break, bitch. Take it. Oh, Amber, it's going to be a long year for you. It's going to be a long year for you.
You're breaking your silence today. Always. It's been broke.
Hold on. She interrupted me. Take it away, abuser. Now you can go.
It's been broke. She did things for you because she cared about you, but yet in the same sentence, when you did things for her, then it's manipulation tactic. Couples just do things for each other when in a relationship. Yes, correct. Yup. Will you lie more in the stream? I didn't lie in my public stream at all. That took so much courage. Like, if I was to lie, I'd be like, she never wiped me. Like, come on.
She thinks what she did was courage. No, what she attempted to do is manipulate and rewrite history, and it didn't work. That's truly what led to this crash out. And it's going to be beautiful watching the transition. Like, look, you see how she's chipper? And then she's going to go to tears. Actually, I think she goes to anger, tears, and then back to anger. But you'll see.
I hate that certain people don't have to have receipts, but when you have receipts, it's the wrong ones. Oh my God, speaking of receipts, I have spent the last few days getting so many different receipts and like screenshots and like, oh my God, like I have this whole notes started. Like, it's been crazy. Like, I don't even know like where to begin or how to even go about it, or even if I want to. Like, it's kind of a lot right now.
And she accomplished nothing with the couple of receipts she attempted to show in this live stream. I want people to understand, so they probably should stop using the word receipts so loosely, because I feel that's what Amber was doing in this stream. And I have an example for you coming up. I prepared an example.
Amber, you are not a narcissist. I've dealt with narcissists firsthand, and a true narcissist can make the world believe everything they say. Let's think about that one. Oh my God, that is so fucking true.
That's not true, actually. And I won't be covering it in this stream because it would have made it longer. But towards the end of Amber's stream, she actually took some like online narcissist quiz with the chat. And I'm not kidding. You can ask anyone in my Discord. Literally, she kept reading off things that perfectly described her. And she was like, no, that's not me. Oh, I would never do that. I'm just like, maybe I'll do a separate video about it. But I was just like, this is literally you. The quiz, you would have thought she was reading off of something that said, who is Amberlynn Reed? Like, she kept reading it off, and I'm just like, oh my God, that's her. And she was like, oh yeah, I would never do that. That's definitely not me. I could never. I'm just like, and at that point, I'm like, no, I'm being gaslit. Now I'm for real being gaslit. There's no way you're reading these things. Because if I was Amber reading them in real time, I'd start to get shook. Matter of fact, I'd stop taking the quiz. I'd probably be like, actually, forget it, guys. I got to run to the bathroom. Got to go. Like, you know, because literally she was getting clocked with every single thing that the quiz was saying. So I was just like, granted, no, that's not how you get diagnosed. But I was just like, they're reading you down, bitch. Like, they're reading you down. This is you to a T. It was weird.
That is so true. But you never know. I could be a narcissist. I just don't know. Girl, we're so proud of you. Thank you. I've gotten so many people who have like reached out to me and just been like, I am so proud of you. And I'm just like, thank you.
If that's true, if she had so many people reaching out to her saying that they're proud of her, why is she posting stuff like this? Focus on the positivity, Amber, right?
Scary. It was a scary moment. Is a personal journal really receipts though? Yeah, because like in a journal, it's kind of like a photo, you know, in a way. Like you're documenting, it's like a photo, but with words. Like you're documenting a moment in time and you're leaving it there to stay forever, you know? No. Was Becky's account, and I even actually have a screenshot of me stating that it just makes more sense because I had my YouTube attached to it. I had every single bill attached to it that I paid for. Beck had no income at the time. Every single penny that was being made was because of me. And a lot of people also like to point out, well, if Beck was your employer, did they pay taxes? Gotta say, I'm the only one who paid taxes in that relationship.
She's the only one that was willing what bothers me about this talking point is, and I'll play the clips, Amberlynn knows, and she's sitting here trying to manipulate and rewrite history. Amberlynn knows she couldn't afford for Beck to work. She not only didn't want Beck to work because she needed to be controlling, she couldn't afford for Beck to work because Beck is the one who carried her whole life on their back. Cut the shit.
There's just a lot of things that are being said and done that like literally make no sense. And I was respectful at first, but I'm not going to be respectful anymore.
Amberlynn wasn't respectful. She was manipulative. That's what it was. Amberlynn kept doing this thing. Remember a few weeks back, Amberlynn kept doing this thing like, I wouldn't talk about an ex. I wouldn't do this. I want to talk about it privately. It's because Amberlynn knew everything Beck knew. But now all of a sudden, it's, I'm going to get down and dirty too. If Amberlynn truly believed in the thing she was saying, like, I would never talk about Beck like this, there's nothing Beck can say to have her switch up on her principles. Because if you really believe, nah, I'm never going to dog my ex, then there's nothing that they could say to have you dogging them, especially because Amberlynn was abusive to Beck, especially because Beck took care of her ass. But Amberlynn switched up because Amberlynn lost control. Amberlynn switched up because Amberlynn realized the tears aren't working. I'd rather talk to her privately isn't working. The fake accountability isn't working. Nothing is working. So just like Beck said, in their community tab post, now Amberlynn's just throwing shit at the wall. She's like, fuck this. I'm gonna burn the whole bitch down. I'm gonna say that your fiance is abusive. I'm gonna say that Snowflake is sexually harassing me. I'm gonna suggest that he would harm me. I'm gonna say all this shit. Fuck it. I'm throwing everybody under the bus. I'm even gonna read messages off of social media from an old friend of yours that really also pretty much spells out who it is. Why not? And then I'm gonna throw out veiled threats. Amberlynn was crashing out so bad last night. She was like, fuck it, I'm burning it all down. Oh, well.
Just saying. After the video that happened today.
Before I started wiping her, she would use washcloths to wipe. She would set them on the corner of the sink, and then she would turn herself around to wipe herself on it. And then she would throw them away. Our roommates started to notice that their late mother's washcloths were disappearing. And they confronted her about it, and she wanted me to lie to them for her, but I didn't. She ended up buying more washcloths for herself, and instead of throwing them away, she had me wash them in the sink and then put them in the washer.
That clip is what led to last night's crash out. Someone on Twitter said it the best. The being, accused of DV didn't do it. being accused of essay, being accused of being Diddy Lynn. A PDF didn't do it. Her being exposed for using washcloths to wipe her big stank ass is what led to this. People were calling you Diddy Lynn and you didn't even have this energy that we're about to see. But washcloth is what got you to sit there and crash out. And to answer your question, son, and I am telling you from my perspective, because again, I cut it out of the editing, and I have no problem posting it, say on Twitter if somebody needs it. What I got from what Amber said yesterday, she first said, word for word, she feels sexually harassed by Mr. Snowflake. The other part that is very disgusting and very concerning is Amberlynn pretty much alluded to saying that if she was in the same room with Mr. Snowflake, she believes he'd rape her. He'd harm her.
What?
That's pretty much what she said. If you watch the stream or see the clip, that's pretty much what she was saying. She would not feel safe around him. He sexually harasses her. Are you saying this man would harm you? You take from what Mr. Snowflake does that he sexually harasses you and what he would rape you?
I can literally, yeah, he makes me mad because he's fucking disgusting. Sexually harassing me is not okay.
Are you okay? And that's why I don't want to touch that. That's part of the reason I do not want to touch that part of the live stream. No, thank you.
Respect is out the door. I have taken my accountability. I admitted where I'm wrong and now I'm done. I'm moving on with that. And now it's my turn to pop off. So just saying. Oh, and it's okay for Beck to lie. It's totally fine. Like, this is becoming like so, it's actually to the point where I'm like,
oh, for those who didn't see the note, her audio was glitching pretty much the whole time. So when you hear this glitch, it's from her end. There was nothing I could do about it. But before I get back into it, I want to point out to everyone, Amber makes thousands a month. Yes, not only did she not purchase a bidet, but she also has not purchased a fucking mic. This mic here, at the time that I purchased it, I think it was around 100 or 125. I get great use out of it because that's what happens. You invest into your channel. I bought this separately, bought the arm separately. Those pictures are fan art. I went to a website to have them printed out and I paid for it. You invest in your channel. So I'm not up here sounding like a fucking frog. You get what I'm saying? I know it sounds wild to put an effort into your content, but there's no reason this should be happening. There's no reason this far into the game, Amberlynn doesn't even have a mic. Do you think I'm about to sit up here without a mic to live stream? That's crazy. But hey, we're all different. So again, the glitchiness is on Amber's part. Bare minimum effort while expecting maximum results or criticism. Like, great, like, get the fuck out of here. Amberlynn really expects to be applauded for doing nothing.
okay, we were having like a conversation about like where I needed to be accountable, etc., etc. Now it's just like they're out for vengeance, so it's my turn. And it's like, no matter how sincere I was in all of my apologies and all of the accountability I took, no one gave a fuck. Like, it didn't matter. Like, it didn't matter what I said.
Amberlynn wanted to be an abuser. I need to make sure you see this. Taking accountability and being applauded. Amberlynn wanted this to go away. She wanted to offer up that fake apology, take accountability, and everybody move on. And this is a result of it not going her way. Go ahead, Amber. Continue to show your ass.
It didn't matter what proof I showed. Like, nothing mattered. Reaction channels and haters are no longer reliable. Like, they're so unreliable in this, and they're so biased that it's like,
my intro alone shows that I'm reliable. Because the thing is, when it comes to a lot of creators, they clock her tea and she doesn't like it. I'm never going to pretend there's no bias here. Yeah, there is some bias, but at the same time, I can also give some type of criticism. The thing is, the bias is there because of Amberlynn and what she's built all these years. You know what didn't age well today? Let's not forget, Miss. So what if I gaslight my audience?
Let's say I do gaslight my audience. Who freaking cares? Who cares?
So what if I manipulate them? So what? Now look at your ass. You in a situation where you're desperate for people to believe you. That's what happens when you do that. You know who doesn't have that history? Beck. And let me be very clear. If something happened over time where I start to question Beck's character, best believe I have no problem sitting here and saying that as new behaviors or new information was to come out. The problem is Amberlynn's not providing any type of information or receipts. She's reading journal entries and thinking that means something. She's reading screenshots of asking for a damn bank balance and thinking that means something. That means nothing, especially for someone who has a history of lying for damn near 10 years. Sucks to suck, huh? This is why you don't build a hate following no matter how great it pays. Look at you, struggling, losing control, now about to lose your fucking mind.
It's almost scary at this point. Can't take any of them seriously at all. Like,
I have a little secret. Amberlynn just said she can't take reactors seriously. We don't need her to take us seriously. Our viewers take us seriously. Something she doesn't understand. See how that works? See how that works? Continue, Amber.
two people can be shitty at the same time. Okay.
Correct.
And I can admit my shitty.
And sitting in front of us, there's about 3 people that is shitty. So correct, multiple people can be shitty at once. There's someone who's the size of 3 people that is sitting there shitty as fuck. Quite literally and figure, ooh, ew. Oh my God. When's the last time you grabbed a rag?
I definitely can, no pun intended. What is your favorite memory with Beck? See, if you would have asked me that a few days ago, I would have responded, but now I'm just pissed. So. But Beck said that you didn't let them work. That is also not a true statement. So Beck repeats over and over a million times. Like
Let's remember this from literally a few days ago, almost a week ago. Go ahead, Amber.
Super controlling of their time, of like their energy. I always wanted them near me. Like always. Like it was crazy. And it was.
So before Amber gets into mocking Beck, as controlling as Amber was with Beck's time, with Beck's energy, and literally Beck hiding out in the bathroom to get some free time from Amber, when and how was Beck going to get employment outside of taking care of Amber? What, work an 8-hour shift somewhere? 8-hour shift somewhere? Okay, let's take out the 8. A 4-hour shift somewhere? The same Amber that needed Beck to take care of the pets, take care of the household, take care of her big ass body. You're telling me that Amber was okay with Beck going out of the house, leaving the house, being out of her sight for hours at a time? Be fucking for real. I don't know who along the way told Amberlynn she was the smartest person in the room, but they played her, and now she's playing herself on the platform. I just don't understand. I don't get it. That clip alone, it's just like, you really want us to believe that? You're dumb. Stick to failing diets. Stick to these never-ending weight loss cycles. Stick to these weigh-ins. Don't try this. This is not your thing. Take the fucking L and carry on with your mediocre vlogs. Because the only thing Amberlynn's going to do is keep making a fool out of herself. And guess what? The same people she hates, the same reactors. Look at all the support I'm getting that I have to get back to reading. You did all that for what? Dumb as fuck. And more importantly, Beck is making a bag, and Beck's going to continue making a bag. Amberlynn was struggling with her chat yesterday. Jeez.
Uber. I did Uber. Okay, so did you do Uber or did I not let you work? Did you do Uber or did I not let you work? Because it's not adding up. I'm a little confused on which one is actually the true statement.
Two things can be true at once, remember? I can see Amber not wanting Beck to work, but Beck trying to do Uber here and there, especially to get away from this slave master. But carry on.
Because both of those things cannot be true at the same time. Like more lies. Just keep going. It's just so fucking annoying. They know they can get money based off of talking shit about me. So now they're like talking shit about me.
Pop the fuck off and get your bag, Beck.
And they genuinely never thought that I would speak up and stick up for myself, because that is like how I am sometimes.
That's it's projection. That's what Amber, and someone later on in her stream clocks that and she still denies it. But that's what Amber thought about Beck. Amber thought Beck would just keep hitting her up like, hey, cut it out. Stop talking about me. Amber never thought, I don't care what anyone says. Amber, including myself and many others, did not expect this from Beck. Destiny, maybe, because Destiny was always messy. Beck, not a chance in hell. She did not expect this from Beck, and that's part of the reason that she's spiraling. I think it hurts even more that it is coming from Beck. It's coming from probably one of the two partners she always saw beneath her. Because I believe, in my opinion, she always saw Beck beneath her and she always saw Crystal beneath her. So it's coming from Beck, the one she saw beneath her, dog walking her like this. Even Beck's response. You would think Beck has been on YouTube. Well, low-key has been on YouTube for years, but you would think Beck has been a creator online for years with how they were able to respond to the shit that Amber said last night. That one community post, I was just like, baby, let me take some notes. This was good. Okay. Amber can't even do that.
But nope, I'm sticking up for myself now. And you can call it a threat or whatever you want it to be. They're lucky that I do not bring certain people into the mix.
Bring them. And this is why I say bring them. Amber likes to run her mouth and talk a lot of shit. If Amber was to bring anyone into this mix and she doesn't clearly see they will be dog walked right alongside her, Eric, you want to pop up? You want to pop out? By all means, bring your messy ass on this platform and buckle the fuck in. Bring people in. Bring them. Here's the thing, and that's the shit that's bothering me. Amber still thinks at this point she can intimidate Beck. One of the reasons I'm going to keep piping up and keep doing this shit and make sure my foot stay on that thick ass, dirty ass, crusty ass neck is because she's clearly trying to intimidate them, trying to make sure she can silence them again, trying to even get some control back. Nah, bring them up. What did T.I. say? Bring them out. Come on. I love this. My Timbs are tied. And it takes no time for me to add some Vaseline to my face. Let's do it, dumb bitch.
I could just say that and certain things that have happened. So when Beck is caught in a lie, they blame, I'm just going to say they, because I notice like misgendering can happen on accidents. I understand that, but I'm going to try to read my best and not misgender. When Beck is caught in a lie, they blame their memory and everyone just goes with it. But when I have memory issues, it's bullshit. It's an excuse. I'm just like, what is happening?
Again, Amber has almost a decade's worth of lies that follow her online. And let me be very clear. I don't expect Beck to remember every single thing that's happened within that relationship. I actually expect Beck to be off with some shit. Just because Amber might be able to correct something here and there, that doesn't automatically label Beck as a liar, by the way. I don't expect Beck to remember everything. You know how much trauma I've gone through, and there's certain shit I don't remember intentionally. I don't want to remember that shit. Some people want to bury that shit and be done. Even though it sits there and it festers, some people just want to be done with it. Just bury it further and further and further. And the further you can bury it, the more you might forget some details. And that's okay. That doesn't make somebody a fucking liar. What makes Amberlynn a liar is the history and the blueprint that she's left online for all these fucking years, especially with the bullshit she tried last night with Mr. Snowflake. That was a dumb thing to say. So if she's worried about whatever words Mr. Snowflake has said, the fat shaming or whatever, let me tell you something. If you sit your ass on this platform and pretty much allude to the fact that you believe I would rape you if we was in the same room, baby, fat shaming is the last thing you need to worry about. Fat shaming at that point is me being kind. I wouldn't say nothing right now. Keep in mind, I don't actually watch Mr. Snowflake, so no shade or nothing like that. But if Mr. Snowflake sits up here and starts calling her a cunt every other sentence, you believe this man would potentially sexually assault you? Baby, like, wash rags is the least of your worries at this point. So.
Like, this is no longer about like how they were treated, that I was like not a good girlfriend all the time. Like, this is no longer about that anymore. And I hope that they like make their coin, do what they need to do, because God, I just, it's a lot.
Girly, thank you. I forgot about that. Also claimed that she feared Zach and then turned around and DM'd them, which is crazy. Amberlynn will do anything. She will pull anything out of her ass, including a rag, and throw it at the wall and hope it sticks so she could be a fucking victim. It's crazy. It is wild what this adult will do to make sure she is labeled and seen as a fucking victim. It is weird, and it is also dangerous, mind you.
Like, it's genuinely a lot. And I have to sit here and like take screenshots and get all this proof. And then they're just like, yeah, this happened, and everyone believes it. Like, Beck is proven to be a liar on YouTube, off of YouTube, literally admitted to lying to their best friends about bed bugs.
I would lie to people about bed bugs too. What do you mean? As a matter of fact, I've done that. When I was a teen, I had bed bugs and I lied about it when I went to school. When the march was on me, they're like, oh, what was that? Oh, mosquitoes. Bitch, it's December. It's not mosquitoes, but I'm going to tell you it's mosquitoes. I've had bed bugs. I'm a lie about bed bugs. Yes. I was young, dumb, and I didn't want people calling me dirty because people equate that to dirtiness. So it was a long process to get them out of there. And yes, I was talking about mosquitoes in the middle of winter, and I don't give a fuck. And I looked them straight in their eyes and said that shit with my whole chest. The fuck?
Like, it's just a lot. I mean, they said a lot about the private kind of stuff. Does that upset you? Is the line drawn in the sand? There's no more line. They have reached the point where they were like, I'm not going to say anything because I'm like, not going to say anything embarrassing because like I'm.
That is a good point. Thank you. They lied to benefit her. Beck exactly lied to benefit her, because the truth is, if those roommates knew Amber had bed bugs, she wouldn't have been able to move in. Very good point. But my point is this: people will lie about shit like that, okay? And the fact that Beck did lie to benefit her, it's wild that this is even a talking point. Amberlynn really is dumb. I'm starting to believe that meth story. Didn't she say she accidentally took some meth as a child? The residual impact of that is still here. I know a lot of people didn't believe that, but if we really pay attention to what we have on screen and how dumb she is, that leftover meth that her family, I think it was her parents, left behind and she got into, bitch, the effects are still here. It's still here. Yeah, it's giving meth baby. It's giving meth baby for sure.
I'm not that type of person, but now they're doing that because I finally stuck up for myself. Really think about that for a minute. Like, I know a lot of you who are watching right now who are members, like, you have a nuanced mind. A lot of these like haters and like the reaction channels, they see no nuance in the situation, which is fucking absurd.
We don't see what she wants us to see, and that's what she's upset about. Continue.
There can be two shitty people at one time. I'm not the only shitty person in this situation.
You're the main
And it's
one.
like, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. Like, genuinely, I'm in the Twilight Zone. JB, I am so angry because it's no longer about, Amberlynn was a bad partner. I just want her to take accountability. No, this is like something more evil and sinister, and it's just not cute. April, I don't like you. You can leave. Like,
April said, Amber, it's not about proof or receipts or documentation. It is about humility and remorse. If you take your accountability, then move on and shut up. One thing about Amber, she hate hearing the truth, honey. She hate hearing the truth. April Smith, if you around and you hear this, shout out to you. Oof. She's backed into a corner and she's wiping her butt on it. Ew. Now, has anybody tried? And be honest. I'm not saying this is a judgment-free zone. As I said yesterday, it is not. But has anyone placed the wash rag down and tried it? So, full transparency, the sink downstairs, it wouldn't work for me. For those who don't know, I'm 5'4". I know I look 5'8", and my attitude gives like 6'2", but I'm 5'4". But, I give 5'8". So the sink downstairs, it wouldn't work because it's too tall. But the sink up here, I was able to put the rag down but I still had to kind of get on my tippy toes. So I don't get how she did it because Amber is shorter than me. So I don't know how she did it. I wonder if it's because she has a really big butt, because I got a long back. For those who don't know, I got a long back. Everything, all my blessings is up here. So I got a long back. So I was just like, so I tried it in the upstairs bathroom. And I think because it was the upstairs sink, I think it's because it's shorter. I was able to get closer, but I don't know. I'm not ashamed to say I sure did try because that is so interesting. Crazy, actually. And thank you, Just Jamie. Lauren and Adam, I know I got Jordan. Ready, set, EBTs, 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 EBTs. Let me do a little. No, I don't think this is going to move the way. EBTs. You see the swing? See the swing? See the swing? See the swing? See this? Hey. Oh, that's a little too close. All Beck wanted was Amber to leave her alone. She always felt superior to Beck, who was showing amazing growth. That because she finally experiencing the love she deserves. And Amber won't ever have that. Ever. Let's emphasize that. Amber won't ever have that. And low-key, Amber knows that.
It's not that the hygiene stuff pissed me off the most. I think it's like the fact that like they weren't expecting me to like stick up for myself, and now that I am, they're like,
projection.
How can I hurt Amberlynn?
Uh-huh.
And now they're doing things to try to hurt me. They're not hurting me. They're pissing me off, and they're making me like all the things that like I know about them. Like it's like on the tip of my fucking tongue, because it's like, if
then say it. Then say it. And in a lot of ways, Beck is hurting Amber because Beck is hurting Amber's ego. Bad.
If you can sit here and be like, Amberlynn did this, Amberlynn did that, Amberlynn's so gross because of this and this and this and this. It's like, it makes me want to be like, Becky is not the person you guys think that they are. And this is what I know. It's like on the tip of my fucking tongue.
Say it.
Becky has always been extremely manipulative. And it's not just me that thinks that. It's everyone that has been in our life that thinks that. It's just a lot. It's just genuinely a lot. I think the reverse is the case, that they are finally sticking up for themselves, which you did not expect. No, it's the other way around, April.
April was clocking the fuck out of Amber.
100,000%. Would you get on a phone call with Beck on live? Oh, hell yeah, I would.
The fact that she was so excited to do that, and I believe Amber. Amber would get on the phone with Beck and try to berate Beck. But Amber don't realize as excited as she is and the way she is just letting this rage get to her, that would go left so quickly. One of the reasons why, number one, I don't believe for a second Beck would get on the phone with Amber at this point.
No. I love when we get to see the Amberlynn. This is the Amberlynn that has been pushed to her limits.
This is the Amberlynn that we only get to see from time to time. Mask is off. The bitch is nasty. Yes, this is a part of Amberlynn that this is the part that Amberlynn is able to hide a lot better than someone like Chantel. That's why for so long, at least I'll speak for myself, I was one of the people that was like, Chantel's worse, Chantel's worse. It's because Amberlynn can bury this side of her a lot better than Chantel. Like the rage Chantel did today, we've heard it a million times. She lacks that self-control. She's very reactionary. But Amber could bury this. Amber's going to be back to happy-go-lucky vlogs, Q&As, and twirling her hair and all of that. And we won't probably see this again. Well, I don't know, because Beck might have broke her. I ain't going front. But that's the difference. We don't get to see this as often.
The angry Amberlynn, the Amberlynn that is being lied on, that has personal information being spread about. This is the Amberlynn that has thousands and thousands and thousands of people attacking her.
Shout out to y'all.
Belittling her.
Shout out to y'all.
Bullying her.
Shout out to y'all.
Harassing her.
Period.
Believing an ex-partner that is actually pretty shitty themselves.
No.
And again, this doesn't take away the accountability that I already took, because
it does. It does. That accountability is null and void. Get the fuck out of here. It was fake to begin with, but absolutely, this takes away the accountability. Please be for real.
That still stands and will always stand, and I'll always be apologetic. But like, things are now just becoming more shitty. Again, no pun intended. And I can say a million times over that like 2 people can be shitty in this situation. It doesn't just have to be one. I don't block for a question. It's like, I feel like most of these things, I just need to make like a decent like sit down video. But like I have like a lot of like different screenshots, but it's just like, I feel like I'm genuinely going insane. I genuinely feel like I need to go to a mental hospital for a second, because I feel like I'm going crazy. Like,
check in somewhere, check in anywhere. Clown.
And here's like a screenshot of me saying, hold on me. I was like, in the nicest way possible, I'm turning off the Amberlynn Reed Bank. Yes, I would say stuff like that.
Please.
I even told my brother that he can no longer ask me for money. I do way too much and deal with way too much hate to constantly have to give money to others. I'm becoming so stressed out. You have no idea, because I'm telling you, everybody in Beck's family would ask me for money, and I would always say yes, because like, and it's just sad though, because after we broke up, it turns out they didn't even like me, and they were having interventions for Beck to leave me, all while like literally constantly asking me for money, and I was giving it. Like, that just like genuinely breaks my heart. Might I add, can we make sure we notice that part? I say,
she is stuck on this point right here because she finally said we, and she just wants us to all acknowledge it, and I guess applaud her. Go ahead, Amber.
Do we? Because if we didn't share a freaking bank account, I would have said, how much money do I have in the bank? No, do we? So there's another.
I made sure to freeze it here. I want to repeat again, $42,000 in that account. What the fuck does she expect us to do with that information? How much money do we have in the bank account? What in the bank? What is this receipt supposed to prove? What is that receipt supposed to prove? It's not a receipt. It is a screenshot of an entitled big fat ass troll online asking their caretaker how much is in a specific account. And I just want to point out, for her to have $42,000 in the bank at one point, I don't know what she got in her bank account right now, but get your fucking nails done, get your hair trimmed, and just get your life together. And I've said this before, and I know for a long time people didn't believe me. The amount of money Amber used to bring in is crazy. And she did nothing with it. And I used to say this, Amber could have flexed on us like crazy, really flexed on us. Like, oh, I got this membership, I got this trainer, I got this meal delivery service. I wouldn't even be mad. Like, oh, baby girl, you making $25,000 a month, $20,000 a month. You got this person in your corner, you taking care of this, and you just closed on a property. Baby, I can't even be mad. At least you doing the right shit with your money. She didn't do that. What did we get? What did we see her spending her money on? Granted, it's her money, but look at her stupid ass now. Journals, Torrid, stickers, earrings, tackiness on top of tackiness, fragrances on top of fragrances to cover up her nasty ass smell. Now we know an abundance of washcloths. Imagine doing all of that. Do something for yourself. I wouldn't even give her so much shit. I'd still give her shit, but not that much shit if she even had a dope ass skincare routine. Amberlynn was happy to have Beck walk out that door with fuck all. She was too happy.
Gonna have fun with this one, Salty Crab. When I found out about that one, I went and watched one of their videos, and I'm telling you, they kiss Beck's ass so bad. I'm surprised they don't have shit on their nose. No pun intended.
I don't know, Salty Crab, baby, why would you even say something like that at this point? Genuinely, why would Amber say some shit like that? Amber is doing this and spiraling, and you can tell with the neck and the movement, she thinks she's eating too. Like, oh, no, you sound a fucking fool. But I will say this, she knows whose name to say out there. Because she was hinting about Discord streaming. And baby, one thing about Amber, she don't say my name, bitch. She's allowed to, let me be clear. She can. But remember, my clapback sounds very different. My clapbacks, I make sure you feel it in your gut.
Sorry. I mean, I say that about all the reaction channels, actually. Like, they're not nuanced. They genuinely cannot think for themselves. They only can think one way. Amberlynn is bad. That is literally it. And that's like scary. That's genuinely scary.
It's true, though.
All right, I need to calm down. Whew. What do you do for your hair now? Do you stay on top of it, or do you need help brushing it? Still no shade at all. I do everything myself. I live by myself.
That means she is taking care of herself about once a month, because Amberlynn is still close to the size that she was when she openly said she was not able to care for herself. So did she become more flexible? Did her limbs grow, or did she get tools? Because if she said she bought tools and a bidet and things like that, I could understand. But let's be clear, you're still struggling then. And next time she does another perfume haul, because she does one almost monthly where she talks about different perfumes that she buys, baby, I would put those to the side, because now we know those things are working overtime. You know, so crazy. I try to keep that image out of my mind. And I know you probably thinking you got some nerve with all the images you put in our mind, but like, oof. And now oh my God. Oh my God. You think they had a detachable hose that, yeah, at her size, I would hope they had a detachable hose that she could reach and it still wouldn't reach.
I think I'm going to cancel my live stream. And then I knew in like my gut that like genuinely a large portion of people wouldn't understand. And I would be called a failure and everything else. So I'm here while having a horrific day. And I thought this was going to be better for me, but like, I feel absolutely without a doubt attacked. And I am attacked. I am being attacked by thousands of people.
Oh my God.
Over lies, over things that genuinely are not true, over things that are true that I feel remorseful for and that I wish like we could move past, over things that like are personal are
Plagued bearer, same. Again, you couldn't waterboard half of this shit out of me.
literally personal that I trusted someone with. It's like
EBTs, EBTs, EBT. Oh my God, do y'all see the movement? Look, pay attention. I know one day I'm gonna get dragged for these streams. I know one day. I know it. Thank you, Jordan. Lie. Thank you, boo. Charlie, leave the paint. You know we're gonna be painting some more during the stream. Come on, let me get in my Picasso era. I can't draw stick figures to save my life, so let me paint mental images for y'all. I'm the Picasso of mental images.
what the fuck do I do? I don't know why you're not saying what Beck did. She didn't hold back on you. Say your piece, because it's so fucking bad that like I genuinely Why would you say her partner is controlling? I didn't say it, honey buns.
You read out a message that implied so much. The fact that she said, I didn't say, bitch, fuck you. You just sat there and read out a whole message of all these allegations that you can't back up because it's simply a text message from a bitter friend who's a piece of shit and fake as fuck, just like you.
Someone said it that knows them and their situation. I didn't say it. Like, I haven't blocked anyone, but I genuinely will. Like, I genuinely will, and I'm not joking. Like, I understand you paid to be here, but paying to troll or paying to invalidate or paying to, like, be patronizing, etc., etc. Like, I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not. Like, I'm not in a good headspace. Like, you can clearly see that. And I'm, like, trying my very hardest to, like, stick up for myself. And if no one is, like, if you're not in support of that, actually leave. Like, genuinely leave. Like, if you can actually look at this and be like, Amberlynn does not have a right to speak, then leave.
The fact that Amber thinks at this point she can activate a hug box is ridiculous. Please.
I understand you're a paying member and I appreciate you very fucking much. Like, I will Venmo you the $5 back, but I cannot have people who do
$10.
not support me standing up for myself.
I know it was a slip. She corrects herself later, but she said $5. No, bitch, it's $10. And this is what you're giving them.
For too fucking long. My whole actual life, I never fucking stood up for myself. As a kid, whether it be in school, my parents, it doesn't fucking matter, foster homes, this and that, never stuck up for myself.
And that's still no excuse to be an abuser today. Fuck off.
All the fucking haters in the reaction channels, the minute I try to stick up for myself, I'm gaslighted into believing and thinking that I shouldn't do that. And now I have a fucking ex who's literally torturing me.
Beck speaking out is torturing her. Like, really look at this performance. Beck is torturing Amber. But Beck wasn't tortured washing them shitty rags. Beck wasn't tortured wiping her big ass for a long ass time. Beck wasn't tortured being their damn servant. Beck wasn't tortured cleaning that feces infected room in the litter box. Beck was tortured doing the pick thing and choosy and all of that. But Beck speaking their truth and saying all the things that we didn't, well, confirming a lot of things and expressing and exposing a lot, that is torture to Amber. This is the same Amber who's would wake Beck up in the middle of the night for shit. That's torture. The same Amber who would shout for Beck and bang on the walls if Beck was taking too long, especially when Beck was hiding out in the fucking bathroom just to get some peace. That Amber feels torture. Good.
You guys would just take a second on YouTube, go ahead and press that thumbs up button. Look at my curved thumb. Come on, look at that.